What can we expect from Ausar Thompson in year two? I want to dive into that in this video. I know a lot of people have been really focused on his shooting, and I think that, that's definitely a part of things. I think it's an important part, but I don't think that that is the only area of his game that we can expect improvement and an acceleration in his development, in which case we can foresee him being an effective player for this team. So I want to dive into that in this video. But before I do, this video is brought to you by Bridges and Stone's Family Relationship Care. If someone you know and care for is struggling with their mental health or relationship, go to bridgesandstones.com and contact them for your free consultation today. One brave act today can create a better tomorrow. Remember, none of us make it alone. The link is in the description box below. The reason why I started this video is because of a comment, and I often get ideas from individuals commenting on the videos that I post. But it's to say that one of the things that someone brought up is that they wanted a better secondary option for Cade Cunningham to get the team into the offense. And as much as Jaden Ivey is going to improve, I think he's going to have a fabulous year. Like I said, contract extension years, people generally always put in really big seasons. And when a young player has been relatively healthy and able to continue to advance, they generally tend to take big steps because that's a big part of development, is having repetition and not dealing with the injuries that cause setbacks and delays in that repetition. All this to say is that as much as we love Jaden Ivey, he's going to have a great year. He's not necessarily a table setter. He's not a facilitator. He is a playmaker. He is a shot creator and shot maker. I think he's even going to become a shooter. Think Eric Gordon. But once again, he's not a facilitator. And so when I started thinking about who could also be a really good secondary facilitator, something that flashed to mind was what I observed from Ausar Thompson last season. Ausar Thompson is actually a damn good facilitator. As much as people have pointed out Amen Thompson for the Houston Rockets, his twin brother's ability to play the point guard position, I think that people have then relegated Ausar as this solely prototypical wing player, right? And they said, well, he needs to work on the shooting so he can be more of a shooting guard. But that's people trying to fit him into an idea of him and not maybe necessarily observing what his skill base is in the first place and saying, how can we extrapolate that and grow that to be able to maximize his talent? And one of the things that I have noticed is that he isn't just a hyper athlete who's able to run and jump with the best of them in the NBA, which he is. He's not just an incredible defender. He doesn't just have an incredible motor. He doesn't just have an extremely high IQ on the floor, ability to move without the ball and make plays on and off the ball, whether he's driving to the basket, whether he's cutting off the ball, whether he is getting dump offs and offensive rebounds or defensive rebounds, making blocks and steals. And yes, he does all those things magnificently, and I'm going to get to that later. He also has shown a strong handle to be able to snatch and go, as they say, grab a rebound, advance it up the court. But he also has the patience, and he has the wherewithal to be able to observe the court and get the ball to where it needs to go. And because of his gravity, defenses oftentimes give him a respectable cushion, which is necessary, especially in the open court, meaning that you're not really wanting to press him. When he brings that ball up, you need to give him a buffer, because if he gets ahead of steam or even simply a step past you, he's gone. He's gone. He's one of those athletes that if you get too close, one quick step past you, he's already behind you, getting into the teeth of your defense, causing it to collapse. And then he has the ability to make the accurate and appropriate read to find the open man. This is where I think Ausar Thompson can potentially grow into more of a Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen. And I love that analogy. I love that kind of potential comparison, because both of them are about 6'7". Both of them high-level defenders. Both of them show a strong IQ and team-first mentality. Both of them show the ability to facilitate. When we think about Scottie Pippen's greatest attribute, we essentially credit him with beginning the point forward acronym, or not acronym, sorry, the point forward label, because no one really mistakes him for a point guard, right? They still had B.J. Armstrong, they still had John Paxson, they still even had Michael Jordan, ran plenty of point. They had a bunch of guys, Steve Kerr, who were going to run the point, who were going to bring it up, Ron Harper and such. But Scottie Pippen was more than effective and efficient at setting the table for everyone. In fact, many times he was relied upon to be that, especially when he could lock down an offensive player and then grab the rebound and advance it up the court. His floor vision, his unselfishness, his willingness to get others involved was essential next to Michael Jordan. Now, Cade is not Michael Jordan, but he is a high-level player who is going to draw increasingly more and more attention. And I think that as he blooms and blossoms, he's going to need a release valve. He's going to need someone who can read the floor. And I think Ausar Thompson is going to be a perfect potential blend to Cade Cunningham's game. Similar to Jaden Ivey, Ausar Thompson has the ability to draw what they call, what's the term I'm looking for? Gravity. He has gravity on the court, that he has the ability to score and get to the rim at such speed, with such force and virulence, that you have to pay attention to him on defense. And I think that as much as some people begin to pay attention to his lack of three-point shooting, something that I've been learning more and more recently in regards to DeMar DeRozan, in regards to Julius Randle, in regards to a lot of other players who don't necessarily shoot the three ball at a high clip, even a Ben Simmons back in the day. One of the things that statisticians and analysts have begun to recognize, that gravity isn't always about how well you shoot threes. Gravity is about the force that you play with and ability to get to the basket. And what they recognize is that there are some players that have such force and ability to get what they call downhill, meaning straight line drives to the rim, that you have to respect them on the perimeter. Because if they get the ball and you're not there in front of them, they have the ability in one step to explode to the basket and get to the rim, forcing you into rotation. Guys like Ausar Thompson also come to mind, that you have to guard them on the perimeter. Otherwise, a quick swing of the ball and one dribble, they're already at the free throw line, below the free throw line, and looking to make a play. This is what I think Ausar Thompson can bring to this team in a major way. In a major way, without becoming a great three-point shooter. Right? Like, I'm looking for him to just get into the 30s. Can he get to respectable? Can he get to 32%? Just show a jump. Corner threes, get it to 35%, 36%. And then just catch and shoot. Get it around 32, 33% and show improvement throughout the year. Where his greatest attributes are going to be in terms of contribution to this team on both offense and defense. We've already known he's an all-league, all-NBA defender right now. Right now, he's a lockdown, shutdown, all-NBA defender. You could put him on Kawhi. You could put him on SGA. You could put him on De'Aaron Fox. You could put him on Luka or Kyrie. You could put him on the great offensive weapons in the league, and he has the ability to completely disrupt them. They might still get theirs, but it's not going to be efficient. And they're going to have to strategize about how they're going to get theirs against him. Having that type of a weapon is absolutely elite. This is the Herb Jones. This is the healthy Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs. This is those rare Luguins Dort. These are the guys who show that ability to absolutely be able to say, put me on an island, I'm good defensively. But then when you look at what he's able to do on the boards in terms of rebounding, offensively and defensively, you have to account for him. Because of his athleticism, his strength, his timing, his ability to read the ball, and his quickness to the ball, reacting to it. He's able to gobble up rebounds. He's going to have double-digit rebounds throughout this season. And then when you look at his ability to get out in transition, it's going to be absolutely absurd. Whether he's snatching rebound and go, or whether he's getting out in transition without the ball, he's going to be a blur. He's going to be one of those guys where you have to get back immediately, which is going to bode well for their defense because the other team cannot send multiple players to the offensive glass, knowing that not just can Jalen Duren get those rebounds, or even Tobias Harris or Ausar Thompson or Cade Cunningham and rebound at a high level, you're going to have Ausar Thompson and Jaden Ivey's ability to get out in transition in a blink of an eye, forcing you to get back. And if you only have one guy back, no one player is going to keep Ausar Thompson, Jaden Ivey from dunking on your head. You're going to need multiple guys back there. And so that's going to benefit the defense in that regard as well. And getting into early, easy offense. When you can get transition offense and be able to get shots at the rim or attack quickly and kick it out to guys in the corner like to Jaden Ivey or Tobias Harris or Cade Cunningham, or maybe hit that trail to Jalen Duren, right? This is now allowing you to score before the defense is set, and you don't have to worry about executing in the half court as much. So that's another area where he's going to be able to contribute at a high level. Then you have his ability to cut off the ball. Ausar Thompson's ability to move off the ball from day one has been high level. He reads the game. His timing is impeccable. He gets on the weak side, either of Cade Cunningham or Jaden Ivey, and just when you think that one of them might be stuck, he ducks in behind the defense, finds a gap, fills it, catches the ball, and is able to explode over the top for a lay-in or a dunk. Ausar Thompson is great off the ball. And then you look at his ability to slash with straight line drives. As I mentioned before, his gravity, his ability to get into the lane off of just one dribble because of his quickness, his explosiveness, his force, and his timing to be able to find angles in that defense and get into the paint and collapse your defense. If you kick it to him, he can quickly put the ball on the ground, do that little low gather to where he's going to catch you reaching in, get the foul, and he can get to the rim for a little floater. He's got really good touch, or he can do his little pull up in the paint. I think those are all areas he's going to contribute at a high level, not just ability, but high level that he's already shown the ability to do last season. And then this other area that I'm mentioning now, his ability to facilitate, his ability to snatch rebounds and go, or get the advanced pass, bring it up, and set the table. I think this is going to help Jaden Ivey out as well because you're not asking him to play a role that he's not suited for. And you allow him to play into where he's most comfortable, which is as a primary scorer, somebody who's looking to get his shot off, moving off the ball for catch and shoot threes or catch and attack, right? Attacking closeouts and getting to the rim. I think that's where he's going to be at his best. And when Ausar is bringing it up, knowing that you have Cade and Ivey on your wings, when one of them attacks, you now allow the others to be secondary and tertiary playmakers, to be able to have others play make for them, which is going to allow them to get that much more open shots. And when you have a Tobias Harris, who's probably going to shoot extremely efficiently from the field, you now are going to have guys who are really quality shooters, able to have really quality looks, which is going to improve their efficiency. As I said before, this team has good shooting. It's just how they generate those shots has got to change. So I know this is kind of a long video, but all that's to say is I think Ausar Thompson is going to contribute at a high level this year. I definitely see him, if I'm honest with you, I see him around 15 to 16 points a game. I think he can get 6 to 8 rebounds. I think he can get 3 to 4 assists. And then he's going to get a whole bunch of what they call stocks, steals and blocks. He's going to be at around over 1 for both, maybe close to 2 for both. I think I could see him at like 1.6, 1.8 steals and blocks a game. I think he's going to be extremely efficient and effective, and expect him to have one of the best plus minuses on this team. But as always, I want to know what you all think. What do you think about the outlook for Ausar Thompson this season? Get at me in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, hit subscribe and the bell for notifications, and definitely drop this video in your group chats and let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm going to get at y'all there. Peace.